what?
So Redgoesbrr got caught hacking. Caught red-handed, should I say. And this absolute doofus really thought that I wouldn't be able to catch this. Not only in real time was it quite obvious that he was using auto and quick break, but there was actually even a little bit more than that to it. So obviously yes, he was stream sniping, but he was also manipulating his video to make it look slower than it actually was. And everybody knows he has a history of posting fake gameplay. And boy was I expecting this to come. I was actually waiting for him to stream snipe me again. The only reason he wasn't was because I hadn't played in like a month. So first off, I'm going to show the raw gameplay of everything that happened, and then I'm going to show you the whole detail of it. Oh, what the I hit him. I literally hit him. What the Yeah, no, he rage toggled. Okay, yeah, that's rage hacks right there. Fucking awesome, dude. Rage hacking his ass off, by the way. Look at this little retard auto-clicking. That's actually cowardly. I'm surprised they did that shit. It doesn't matter what platform you're on, you're blatantly auto-clicking. How fucking stupid are you? Bro. Okay, I guess it doesn't do any proper knockback. Okay, I guess just don't count my hits? Fuck is this? Dog shit. Of course it fucking opens that shit. Am I just getting into the same lobbies? No, it's somewhat different. Oh. Okay, well that was not supposed to happen at all. But okay. So bro, these slab blocks always fuck up jumps. Okay, come on, dude. That's just fucked up. It's not even giving him the proper knockback. Come here, buddy. Bro, rage quit. Hmm. I don't know why the hell you're trying to compete with me, buddy. Thanks for the free diamond sword. I appreciate that. So kind of you. Alright, here we go. Huge mistake, buddy. I mean, that's supposed to kill him, but okay. You were supposed to be dead already, but why is your health regened? Yeah, see? Dog shit. Alright, yeah. Slash report. I'm not wasting any more time on that hacking little shit. Where are my stats? Where the fuck are my stats? I'm actually screenshotting that shit, dude. He put another one of his accounts in here too. This dude has like how many accounts active right now? So now we got a few details to go over. First one is the botnet leg switch. Now thankfully he's given me a bunch of proof to go through with this part here. Now you could have toggled journal once because let me slow it down here. This was a 4-block distance that he was hitting me at. However, I shrugged it off as his bad internet because my hits were not registering on him at all, and my internet speed was faster than his was. I had about double the hits in that he had on me, and somehow he had taken less damage than he was supposed to. So my first assumption was that he was lagging, which he then denied. But then later on, I was hitting him again, and he had claimed that I quote-unquote went invisible, and as you can see here, he starts rubber banding as I'm hitting him. So this is A, either his internet, like, going on the fritz and shit, or B, this is his botnet. He claimed to have good Wi-Fi, but does this not contradict that? I mean, if he had good Wi-Fi, right, why would he be lagging like that? It's either A, he has bad Wi-Fi, or B, he's using a botnet to make himself lag a bit, or make himself look like he's lagging, to gain an advantage over his opponents. He continues to flaunt the quote-unquote 3-0 yesterday, and quote-unquote 14-0, but nobody. Even without botnet, dude, your internet was too shit. You didn't actually kill me. Your internet's just bad. Even if it wasn't a botnet, which all this evidence honestly does point to it being a botnet, because if you did have a good router, like you tried showing, then why were you lagging like that? I mean, would it not be contradictive? Because if you had good internet, why were you lagging? That would have to be a botnet then. Regardless, either way, you had an illegal advantage against me, therefore, why would you count any of your kills on me? That's not how this works, buddy. You legitimately haven't killed me once, ever. Every way that you've killed me has been out of cheating. Every single way. Every. So now let's move on to the quick break, where he is obviously breaking beds faster than possible. Now those first couple of clips right there were kind of fast. You can go back and dissect it all you like. But I cropped every single time he started breaking the bed. And then at the end here, I showed what the normal bed break speed actually is. So in the unmodified clip here, his bed breaking speed was about 0.5 seconds, rounded up to 0.6 because it was about around 0.58 seconds total. The second part here was his modified video that he had posted, where he had slowed it down by at least 0.1. And in this video, it showed him breaking it in about 0.7, 0.8 seconds, which is still slightly faster than normal. Now, when I started breaking the bed, it was exactly 1 second to break it, meaning that he was undoubtedly using a client to break beds faster. So when I realized that he had slightly slowed down the video to try to hide this, I went ahead and compared the videos a bit. So after realizing that he slowed it down, I sped it up by 0.1. Kinda weird, huh? It's kinda odd how when I set his video to 1.1 speed, suddenly it aligns properly with my POV. Interesting. Now, to confirm that he was indeed using quick break, I went out of my way to crop the part where he was like just starting to try breaking the bed, like pretty much just before he would start swinging his sword, right? And no matter what, his bed breaking speed was still faster than normal breaking speed. And here in his slowed video, it's 0.9. And on the normal speed for his video, it was 0.8. So no matter what, he was using quick break, if even just slightly. Now, there's two things you're probably thinking right now. Well, if he can manipulate the video speed, why can't you? I can, but I only do it whenever I want to actually show something of value. I don't do it to fake gameplay or to fake anything like he does. Like, no, I don't do it like that. The only time here that I sped something up was when I put his video 0.1 more faster to set it back to what the normal speed actually was in real time. I personally haven't slowed anything down here. God himself can confirm that I'm the voice of truth in this situation here. And here I will actually, like, this second thing that you might be thinking too is like, well, he was using a sword, that might be slightly faster, so I went ahead and grabbed a clip of me breaking a bed with a sword. And as you can see here, the breaking speed is still the same no matter what. I didn't modify the video at all, still 1 second long. Now, the only way to like argue against this is the fact that when you look it up on Google, the AI overview gives you completely wrong information. Now, next up is the reaching. So as you know, me and Red did a little reach test in the middle of our 1v1s, kind of. Now, unfortunately, it is always possible to toggle mid-fight. And there were moments where he had hit me beyond normal hit range. However, at the time I had assumed it was just because of his lag. However, while he was stream sniping me, he made the fatal mistake of slipping up and making it obvious that he was reaching. And he really didn't think that I would look through the replays. Go back and check the range. reports right here. Yeah, he's definitely also using reach. Yeah. Keep in mind, these replays are supposed to be much more accurate than real-time gameplay, I guess, apparently. And it's showing him using reach. Another thing is his botnet could also be making it look like he's further away. Because he does use botnet a lot. Let's look here. This is when he swings. And it's an instant kill, so it's about 4 or 5 block reach. And this is the same idiot that did a reach test on me too. So yeah, as you can see, he hit my teammate about 4 or 5 blocks beyond normal reach. And as I showed you, it's not possible to hit anybody beyond 3 blocks away. Now let's move on to the auto-clicking. Now there are a couple ways for him to auto-click, like for example, Strike Pack, Cronus, a GameZer controller, which by the way, a GameZer controller has a turbo button option, as well as Strike Pack, which basically makes it so that you can set any button to the turbo mode so that you just have to hold it down and it'll just automatically keep hitting up to maximum speed. All of these things basically create a controller-based auto-clicking method.
Looks like a controller to me. Looks like a PS5 to me. I can't tell. Look, and as you can tell by today's date, which is January 11th, which is the current date of this video, that this is my setup, bitch.
Now he never shows the back of his controller in any of these clips at all. So it is possible he has a Strike Pack. And even though you could have a GameZer PS5 controller, I personally do not know what a GameZer PS5 controller looks like compared to a normal. So it could be one or the other, but it is also possible, maybe possible, that he could have some console configured scripts for auto-clicking. Like on Xbox, for example, the Files app that used to be on Xbox before it got removed. You were able to download from Microsoft Edge, or maybe even anything else even. You could download console configured scripts before the app got removed. Now, I don't have a screenshot of him confessing that he can't do more than 12 CPS, which he did himself say that he couldn't do. Like more than 12. But I do have this one where he says that he claims he's doing 5 CPS, but he could do 10, which is just him being unable to estimate his CPS properly. He was actually doing around 12. I was clicking a bit faster than him in this 1v1. However, in recent, while he was stream sniping, he was auto-clicking to match my pace. Alright, now watch this. Yeah, that's not really possible. See, because the replay here is showing that we're clicking at like similar speeds. But he is definitely auto-clicking for it, because he has weak fingers. Redgoesbrr has very weak hands. He does not have the ability to properly hit up to like above 12 CPS. Even in the 1v1s, bro, he has weak fingers. I'm pretty sure he uses a GameZer or a Strike Pack or something to keep up. Now, another possibility is that he could be playing on controller on his iPad while running the scripts, because hacking on phone and iPad is just as easy as it is on PC. Probably only a little bit harder. And it's possible that during the 1v1 he was running the botnet on his other iPad. Unless he does have a laptop that he refuses to show, which is very highly possible. So now let's look through both of our POVs of the first 1v1. There's something fishy with his POV here that I'm gonna need to dissect. So yes, as you can see there, he's most definitely auto-clicking. It looks like he's using either a GameZer or a strike pack, most likely. You can see by the automated swings that he is definitely holding down the hit button, meaning that it would have to be strike pack or a GameZer controller. Or it could just simply be a script. However, there are instances where he stops swinging, where it makes it quite obvious that he's holding down the button instead of actually clicking it, meaning that he's relying on something in order to do the work for him. He's also definitely using 4-block reach in this 1v1 here, which is quite obvious, but it could also be a result of his leg switch as well. So I slowed down both of our POVs even more. So as you saw there, and you can even go back and look at it yourself, about 10 of my hits were not even counted when I hit them. A few of my hits on him were delayed, but ultimately this proves that he would have and should have died during all of our 1v1s. So now let's go ahead and look through his slowed POV. So as you can see, he gets about 7 or 8 extra hits in due to the leg switch, as well as 5 or 6 extra hits in because of his reach, and about 29 legitimate hits overall. So yeah, you can tell for sure that he is most definitely using a leg switch, or maybe his internet actually is just worse than he's trying to say it is. He's definitely auto-clicking. He's definitely using something for auto-clicking, whether it be in a strike pack, a Cronus, even though a Cronus is much less likely, or a GameSir controller, or maybe even like an actual script. There was a few hits that he's, like I said before, there's a few hits that he had where it was like 4 5 blocks out of reach, and that could have counted because of his pin, whether it being because of his shit Wi-Fi or a botnet leg switch, or it could just be simply just straight up reach. And the primary reason why I'm thinking it's definitely reach is because, like, even if you're lagging a lot, dude, you should not consistently be hitting from that range that often like that. Like, it normally would never be that consistent. You see, a leg switch can virtually do pretty much anything, even as little as delaying hits by such a small amount, virtually making it look like one of us is lagging, or maybe even just making it look like one of us is delayed. Obviously, his aim here was to make it look like I was delayed when it was actually his end, as you saw the clips of him rubber banding. This actually explains why it seemed like he was doing double damage and I was doing seemingly half, even though from my perspective it looked like I was hitting him slightly more than he was hitting me. You see, lagging himself to such a small amount it actually creates such a huge advantage against players. Enough so that it impacts the other person much more than it does himself, but also making it so it goes almost completely unnoticeable. At first, when I looked at this clip, I thought maybe he slightly slowed something or whatever, maybe spliced something or whatnot. However, when I was digging into it, I noticed the hit delay, the occasional hit delay. It wasn't really as often as it would normally be if this was a natural hit delay. Now, like I said in the video, his ping was definitely between 80 and 140. And in order for that kind of a hit delay to become present, your ping would need to be at least 80. Meaning that he used his botnet to make his ping up to at least 80 in order to create that impossible hit registration delay. Now, it is still possible that this could just be his bad internet because of the fact that he did rubber band at some point. However, these delayed registrations were oddly timed. And as most people should know, leg switches can be toggled with a keybind or a button of some kind. Usually it's a keybind on a keyboard, which makes me believe that he was on a laptop while playing, or maybe even using his iPad or something. Now, someone who uses a leg switch can decide how strong the leg switch is, so this possibility is definitely on the table for sure. I find it kind of ironic how he somehow doesn't have his own POV of the rest of the 1v1, and how he, for some reason, decided to delete it to make space for R6, which I don't think he would have needed to delete it for that. There's definitely something with the rest of the 1v1 that he was trying to hide, so he refused to show his POV. I'm pretty sure he didn't even record it. I know for 1000% certainty that if he had his POV uploaded, I could definitely dissect it and find a lot more. He claimed that this video was from his live stream, which is a complete lie. This video is very clearly clipped and then edited. I know full well he can't make a live stream public that he never streamed. Now, if it was just his bad Wi-Fi, and he doesn't actually have a good Wi-Fi like he claims he does, then why is the reaching so consistent like this? Like, why is it happening even to this day? Yeah, I don't know about that, buddy. So now let's go through everything that we know so far. So first of all, auto-clicking. He's definitely using something to click automatically, either it being a script, or he's using a Strike Pack, Cronus, or a GameZer controller. And he's also undoubtedly using quick break scripts as well, which makes me believe that the auto-clicking is more of a script rather than a controller modification. Now, the only legitimate way to mine faster would be using the perk that you're able to buy, which, if I recall right, requires 20 diamonds. However, he definitely did not have the time to collect those 20 diamonds and buy that perk. Next up is the debated lag switch or bad Wi-Fi. Now, if he had the router and the good Wi-Fi that he claimed he had, he wouldn't have been lagging in our 1v1 like he was. Now, unless he was lying about the connection that he had, this leads us more to believe that he was using a botnet lag switch or some kind of lag switch regardless. Now, next up is the reach-in. Now, if he had bad Wi-Fi, this would make some sort of sense as to why he's able to somehow magically hit 4 blocks away. Now, the fact that his hit registration does more point towards him lagging, however, this is possible with a lag switch. This means that he either abused his lag switch to get impossible reach, or he was using a reach client. So it is confirmed that he is auto-clicking, and it is absolutely confirmed that he is using a quick break client. And his whole connection situation is definitely more pointing towards a lag switch rather than anything to do with his actual router, unless he does drop his pride and come out and say that his Wi-Fi is actually worse than he says it is. And this leads us to the final part here, where it's either he confesses that his internet sucks and that's why he's able to reach, or his botnet is somehow allowing him to reach, which is possible, or he's using a reach client, which I'm more leaning towards the reach client. And obviously, as you know, and he's not afraid to admit, he does stream snipe a lot. Now, I did go looking for his stats, however they weren't showing up. I don't know if the website was just glitching or if he was recently banned. However, I was able to find his stats on another website. And it goes without saying that he wouldn't have won anywhere near this amount of games and fights if he was legit. He would most certainly have around the same amount of stats that I do, maybe even less. Now, to be quite fair, my win rate is mostly a result of me trolling, but a lot of it's also from losing to cheaters.